Parish volunteer teams are they were tailored to fit today's volunteer styles. So, the actual leadership structure is a little bit more appealing to younger volunteers, meaning a lot of times, people who are parents of school-age children or people who are new retirees. We looked at a lot of, volunteer trends in the way people are getting involved now and tailored the leadership structure to fit those trends, while keeping the same opportunities and programs and everything that people are used to with their councils. So they can take full advantage of all of those things, but just have a little bit more appealing leadership positions, which makes it easier to do recruitment for parish volunteer teams. With an existing council, we would probably just meet with the council officers, talk about what it would look like, based on how people are currently involved and what are the events, the programs that they're utilizing within their church already. And then we'd open it up and do a larger informational session with other members of their parish, maybe invite, a DRE, the priests, make sure everyone, in the community is involved and knows about this opportunity, and do an informational session that way. And then once we have the leadership filled for the new positions, it can be all former council officers. Sometimes it's a mix of former council officers and some new people stepping in. So we have a blend. We do a training with them to get them set up and make sure they know what they're doing.
So the parish volunteer team is a structure of volunteers coming together in their parish to do things in their community. The parish volunteer team is made up of 5 positions that take on leadership roles in that group. And 3 of those positions we designed to be able to build out teams of people underneath them who are both Catholic United members and non-members to support the work that that group is doing. The process of becoming a PVT looks different for every group that we work with. In some instances, we will do many informational sessions, meeting with different groups of people to find ways for them to make this transition work. In some instances, groups are ready to go and they call us up and just want a little more information before transitioning to the parish volunteer team. So we really tailor each transition from a council to a parish volunteer team around what the council needs. And we'll meet with the council members, with the parish leadership, with members of the community who are interested in what the parish volunteer team can bring, as many times as need be before we officially make that transition to a parish volunteer team. The parish volunteer team, as a model for our members to come together, was really designed around making it more appealing for today's volunteers. A lot of what we have with our councils is groups that have been around for a really long time and provided us with a really great history, but they're struggling to find new members to get involved. And when we see groups transition to the parish volunteer team, we see a lot of times new faces come into the group. And the reason for that is we design the structure to meet today's volunteer desires. So it is a smaller group to operate the parish volunteer team. It requires less members at a meeting than the council. And it also is designed for smaller bite-sized chunks of volunteerism. So the parish volunteer team can engage people both within their group and within their parish to do things on smaller levels of commitment than has often been required with the council. So the parish volunteer team as a form was designed to fit today's style. And we found, and the feedback that we've heard from councils, is that when they make this transition, the first steps, the first process really is oftentimes bringing in new people, which has been a struggle for a lot of our groups along the way.
A parish volunteer team is a new concept for us. It's taking the council model, which was a legacy model, which is hierarchical in nature, and it's made it more a collaborative effort. And the parish volunteer team is structured in such a way where we're actually asking for people to give of their time in a way that matches their skill set, which is a neat thing. The process of becoming a PVT is tailored individually to each area where we're working with. So we want to spend some time with people and understand what their needs are, so that when we come in and we talk about how to get from where they are as a council to a parish volunteer team, that transition is smooth. We'll help them with recruiting, we'll help them with promoting this idea, and then eventually when we have people who are involved, we'll help with the training of those folks so that those people have a great understanding of what their role is and what we're trying to accomplish as a whole. What we're finding when we help people transition from a council to a parish volunteer team is that it's rejuvenating. people can sit down and we have a discussion about why we want to come together as a Catholic United group to do something good in this community. Like, what is it that we're trying to accomplish? And that leads to a mission. You know, it's really, it gives you something firm to stand on and ties you directly to that parish. And from that, then we have just like new ideas coming as to the types of events, and the quality of events just improves dramatically, because then people are really excited about that, and just that sense of excitement draws more and more people in.
I don't know about you guys, but when I think about this process, the most important piece, the most beneficial piece, I think, is when we talk about mission with those groups, to say, you know, what is the reason that you're coming together? And, you know, anytime that we start to have that conversation, you get a little bit of a varied response. What would you say?
Yeah, often when I bring up the idea of mission, a lot of our groups say, we had a mission once upon a time, but I don't remember what it is. And we usually get to use the transition to the parish volunteer team as an instance to revisit that mission and to change and revamp and update and bring it into modern times, to say, what is your purpose? And have you thought about what that purpose is? And are you sharing that message with people once you know what it is? And that's really the benefit of transitioning to the parish volunteer team, is it creates that opportunity to restructure your purpose and to recommit to your mission.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of the groups that I've seen, you know, if they really do think about this seriously and they have a really great discussion about it, you know, when they come up with a mission, they're the ones that have a lot more success, you know, in recruiting, because they're able to use the mission in their marketing and their promotion of themselves, and they're able to articulate that mission to other people within the parish. And it's a lot easier to talk about yourselves and the good things that you're doing when you're able to, you know, say why it is that you do what you do. And it's helped them in ways, you know, beyond just thinking about it, but then, you know, increasing attendance and things like that. So it's been really beneficial, not just to make it, but then you know, use it and utilize that mission out in the real world.
I totally agree. It's critical to everything that the council or the parish volunteer team does. You know, it hangs off of, you hang everything off of that. Your recruiting of volunteers. Like, no one wants to get involved with you unless they know what it is you stand for, you know? So it's just foundational to everything.